What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Light back in another YouTube video, and yeah, today we're doing NBA news. I believe this is episode 3, so yeah, I've been doing this for about 3 weeks now. A lot of news out of the NBA this week, honestly. Uh, there's a whole bunch of free agency stuff going on. Yeah, I'm just gonna take you through every deal kind of thing. Um, a lot of deal. I have most of the deals. There isn't some of the deals like the smaller deals between like a minimum contract and all that stuff. So just in case you were wondering, but yeah, let's just start off quickly here now. The first one we have is Jahlil Okafor signs a 2-year deal with the Pistons. I don't know the exact money. Some of these don't have money slash year. Like some of them say undisclosed deal. So yeah. Mason Plumlee gets signed to the Pistons on a 2-year deal. Very interesting. Dwayne Bacon goes to the Magic on a 2-year deal. Previously, I believe he was on the Charlotte Hornets. And Mason Plumlee was also on the Nuggets, and Jahlil Okafor was on the Pelicans. Wesley Matthews basically goes to the Lakers on a 1-year deal worth about $3.6 million, which is really good because the Lakers are just going to be even more dangerous, honestly, in my opinion. Former team was Milwaukee. Myers Leonard resigns with the Heat for about 2-year, $20 million deal. He was a vital piece last season, with them reaching the finals, so that's pretty good. Patrick Patterson re-signs with the Clippers on a 1-year deal. Derek Favors basically signs back with the Jazz on a 3-year, $27 million deal. Derek Favors was quite interesting because he actually was on the Jazz before, but then he just went to the Pelicans for on a 1-year deal, and now he's back with the Jazz. De'Aaron Fox signs, or the Sacramento Kings basically lock him up for in a 5-year, $163 million contract, which is really good in my opinion. Locks him up. Danilo Gallinari signs with the Atlanta Hawks on a 3-year, $61.5 million deal. So yeah, that just makes the Hawks even better with Danilo Gallinari. Last team he was on was OKC Thunder. Dwight Howard signs with the 76ers on a 1-year deal. I assume it's to be the backup center to actually Joel Embiid, or maybe even play power forward. We have to see. But yeah, he was a vital piece last season in the Lakers championship run. Um, Next up, we have Malik Beasley resigns basically with the Timberwolves on a 4-year, $60 million deal. Rodney Hood resigns with the Trailblazers on about a 2-year, $20 million deal. Jordan Clarkson resigns with the Jazz on a 4-year, $52 million deal. Montrezl Harrell, a big shocker here, signed with the Lakers on a 2-year, $19 million deal. Montrezl Harrell actually being with the Clippers before and leaving for the rival Lakers. Davis Bertans, he re-signs with the Lakers on a 5-year, $80 million deal. Now this was interesting because Davis Bertans got really paid, so that was really good. Clippers re-signed Marcus Morris to about a 4-year, $64 million deal, which I have something to say with it because Marcus Morris is definitely a good player now, but do I think 4 years down the line he'll be worth I don't know what the exact contract is, but let's just he's getting $10+ million a year on this contract here. So yeah, do I think he's gonna be worth $10+ million in 4 years down the line? I don't know, honestly. So yeah, that's a little bit strange to me. But the Pistons sign Jeremy Grant to about a 3-year, $60 million deal. He was a former team, was with the Nuggets. He's getting paid about three $20 million a year. So I honestly don't know what to say about that. The Pistons just giving away money, honestly, at that point. Rockets sign Christian Wood to a 3-year, $41 million deal. Pretty interesting, seeing as though he's probably going to be the replacement for Robert Covington. The Spurs re-signed Jakob Poeltl to a 3-year, $27 million deal. The Blazers signed Derrick Jones Jr. to about a 2-year, $19 million deal. Derrick Jones Jr. is gonna really help that Blazers offense and stuff. Especially with Zach Collins probably gonna be injured or something. I don't know. But yeah, and he's not getting paid too much, so that's really good. The Pacers re-signed Justin Holiday to a 2-year, $18 million deal. Nuggets signed JaMychal Green, who was former team was probably, I think it was the Clippers or the Rockets. Sorry, I can't remember right now, but he gets signed to about a 2-year, $50 million deal. The Mavericks, they actually re-signed Trey Burke to about a 3-year, $10 million deal. Bucks re-signed Pat Connaughton to about a two-year, $8.3 million deal with a second-year player option. The Knicks signed Alec Brooks, I believe it is, to a 1-year, $6 million deal. The Bulls signed Garrett Temple to a 1-year, $5 million deal. Sorry, I forgot to say, but Burks was actually from, I believe, the Warriors, I think, and Temple was actually from the Nets. Wizards signed Robin Lopez. I'm not exactly sure what the terms of to that deal was. I don't have it written down, but yeah, he goes to the Wizards. Former team was the Bucks. Pistons signed Josh Jackson to about a 2-year deal. Definitely this is probably good because I think that Josh Jackson kind of needs a restart. He could definitely be a good player. I believe he was like fourth overall. I can't remember exactly when he was drafted. I remember he was drafted pretty high. So yeah. Magic re-signed James Ennis to a 1-year contract. And yeah, the trade with Drew Holiday was actually expanding. OKC is actually giving Steven Adams to the Pels for like more picks basically, and also the Nuggets were in there too, where they got the rights to be drafting RJ Hampton. So yeah, basically Steven Adams is a Pelican. John Wall kind of requests a trade request, but there's I don't know what to say about this because John Wall is actually like the Wizards don't really want to trade him away, so I don't know about that. DJ Augustine agrees to a 3-year, $21 million contract with the Milwaukee Bucks. He was on Orlando before, and then Michael Carter Williams agrees to a deal with the Orlando Magic to re-sign. Chris Dunn agrees to a 2-year, $10 million contract with the Atlanta Hawks. His former team was the Chicago Bulls. DeAnthony Melton agrees to re-sign with a 4-year, $35 million contract with the Memphis Grizzlies. Bobby Portis agrees to a 2-year contract with the Milwaukee Bucks. He was on the Knicks, I believe. Garrett Temple agrees to a 1-year, $5 million contract with the Chicago Bulls. Sorry, I actually said this trade before. I mean, signing before, but yeah, you just heard the terms and stuff. Denzel Valentine agrees to a 1-year, $4.7 million contract with the Chicago Bulls to re-sign there. Fred VanVleet actually re-signs to the Toronto Raptors for a 4-year, $85 million contract. So yeah, that was pretty cool. 3-team trade involving Detroit trading Trevor Ariza to OKC, and then Delon Wright goes to Detroit and Justin Jackson to OKC. James Johnson actually goes to Dallas too. So yeah, it was a three-team trade there. But next up we have the Charlotte Hornets. This was a bit of a shocker. Agreed to a 4-year, $120 million contract with Gordon Hayward. So that's like an average about $30 million for Gordon Hayward. I'm not exactly sure because there was also reports coming out that Gordon Hayward could be involved in a sign-and trade with the Hornets instead. So like the Hornets could maybe get rid of Nicholas Batum or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm wondering here. So yeah. I don't know what to say about an overpay or whatever, but oh well. The Miami Heat reached an agreement to a 2-year, $1.6 million contract with Avery Bradley. His former team was actually the Lakers. He wasn't there on the bubble though, so I don't know what to say about that. But he's going to the Heat. That's pretty good. The Phoenix Suns and Jay Crowder actually agreed to a 3-year um deal with deal worth sorry about that $30 million dollars. So yeah, the Phoenix Sun getting an upgrade at small forward as they traded away Kelly Oubre. Next up we have the Atlanta Hawks who signed Rajon Rondo to a 2-year, $15 million contract. He was vital in the Lakers championship run. Portland is actually re-signing Carmelo Anthony to a 1-year contract. I'm not exactly sure how much he's getting paid for that though. Alfred Payton, I can't remember if he was on this team or not, but yeah, he's going to the New York Knicks on a 1-year, $5 million contract. The Denver Nuggets have re-signed Paul Millsap to a 1-year, $10 million contract. Not that bad, especially because Paul Millsap is kind of like their veteran presence on the team. The Boston Celtics have agreed to sign Tristan Thompson to a 2-year, $19 million contract. And yeah, I don't know if I ever said this before, but actually, Enes Kanter was gone, and also Vincent Poirier, so Tristan Thompson's gonna be an automatic upgrade over them. So that was pretty good. He was formerly a Cavalier. The Lakers re-signed Kentavious Caldwell Pope to a 3-year, $40 million contract. Definitely all right. Serge Ibaka signs with the LA Clippers on a 2-year, $19 million contract. So yeah, that is a little bit shocker. He used to be on the Raptors, now he's on the Clippers. I assume to kind of be be the replacement for Montrezl Harrell. The Boston Celtics have signed Jeff Teague to a 1-year contract. Sorry about that, but yeah, the Boston Celtics actually signed Jeff Teague to a 1-year contract. His former team was the Atlanta Hawks. Sorry if I'm a bit out of breath. I just had to run downstairs and grab a package. But yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks have agreed to a 2-year deal with the free agent Bryn Forbes. So yeah, his former team is the Spurs. He signs a 2-year deal. Sorry about that. I just had to catch my breath there. But yeah, the Portland Trailblazers have signed a 1-year deal with the Harry Giles. He formerly was on the Sacramento Kings. He was like the power forward. I don't really know his role too well, but yeah. The Utah Jazz and guard Donovan Mitchell, he gets locked up for about a 5-year max extension worth about $195 million. So yeah, the Utah Jazz actually lock Donovan Mitchell up, which is really cool because yeah, I think about like 5 people, no, maybe 4. 4 people actually got the max rookie extension from the 2017 draft class. So far we've seen Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, and I believe Jason Tatum did, and Bam Adebayo did, I believe, and I think maybe another team. I don't know, but yeah. The Sacramento Kings actually, Bogdan Bogdanovic. Originally, he was supposed to go to the Bucks, but he did decline that. So he actually signs a 4-year, $72 million offer sheet from the Atlanta Hawks. So yeah, he's heading there, which just improves the Atlanta Hawks even more. So they're kind of a threat in my opinion. So yeah, the Grizzlies signed Jonte Porter to a 3-year, $6 million deal. I'm not exactly sure where exactly he's from. This is probably where we get into the part where I'm not sure some of these players. But yeah, Hornets sign Bismack Biyombo. I'm not exactly sure the terms. Mavericks will re-sign him, Willie Cauley-Stein, to a 2-year, $8.2 million deal. The Nuggets signed center Isaiah Hartenstein to a 2-year deal, presumably to replace Mason Plumlee. Pacers re-signed Jakar Sampson to a one-year minimum deal. Willie Hernan Gomez goes to the Pelicans on a one-year minimum deal. Rockets signs Sterling Brown to a 1 year $0.17 million deal. Spurs signed Quadre Witherspoon to a two-way deal. Suns signed Damian Jones to a 2-year deal. Warriors signed Kent Bazemore to a 1 year $2.3 million deal. Knicks signed Nerlens Noel to a 1 year $5 million deal. He was formerly on the OKC Thunder. Jason Tatum, as I said before, is actually got locked up on a 5-year max extension worth about $195 million. The Pacers and TJ Leaf. The Pacers traded TJ Leaf and a second-round pick to OKC for Jalen Lecque. I'm sorry if I mispronounced the name. But yeah, Minnesota traded Jacob Evans and Amari Spellman and a second to the Knicks for Ed Davis. And then Marc Gasol is actually going to the Lakers. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is. So yeah, he was formerly on the Raptors. He was a vital piece in the 2019 championship run. So yeah, he's gone to the Lakers. Toronto and free agent center Aaron Baines, who agreed to a 2-year $14.3 million deal. So yeah, very good. Aaron Baines is definitely a good. He's a decent center, honestly. He kind of helped the Suns last season. So yeah, he's presumably a replacement for Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol. Chris Boucher actually resigned for about a $13.5 million contract with the Raptors. So yeah, he's still there, so that's good. The Lakers are trading veteran center JaVale McGee and a second round pick for Jordan Bell and Alfonso McKinney, presumably to clear up cap space, especially with Montrezl Harrell and stuff. Former Hawks DeAndre Pembry has agreed to a 2-year $4 million deal with the Toronto Raptors. So yeah, he's more just probably to fill a roster spot or something. Timberwolves re-signed Juan Hernangomez to a 3-year $21 million deal. Suns re-signed Dario Saric to a 3-year $27 million deal. Cavs signed Damian Dotson to a 2-year $4 million deal. Hawks re-signed Solomon Hill to a 1-year deal. Lakers signed Markieff Morris to a 1-year deal. He re-signs, Raptors actually signed Alex Len. I'm not exactly sure what the terms are. Rockets actually signed DeMarcus Cousins, which is really good, to a 1-year deal. I really thought that was good. Suns signed Langston Galloway. Pelicans actually extend Steven Adams to about a 2-year, $35 million extension. The Heat signed Bam Adebayo. I don't believe it's max, but it's a lot of money. A 5-year, $163 million deal. The Nuggets actually signed Bol to a 2-year, $4.2 million deal, which is really good. This is where the first 5-player games. The Pelicans actually signed Brandon Ingram to about a 5-year, $158 million extension. Lots of money there. So yeah, that 2017 draft class is getting paid. Wayne Ellington is going to the Pistons on a 1-year, $20.6 million deal. The Thunder signed Frank Jackson. And the Sacramento Kings are actually signing Hassan Whiteside to a 1-year deal. 76ers signed Derek Walton. Bucks signed Nick Stauskas. Bulls signed Noah Vonleh. Bulls signed Zach Norville. Kings re-signed Daquan Jeffries to a 2-year, $3 million deal. Kings signed Frank Kaminsky to about a 1-year deal. Pacers signed Kellen Martin to a 2-year deal. Rockets re-signed Bruno Caboclo to a 2 undisclosed deal. Kings signed Vince Edward to a training camp deal, and Mavericks re-signed J.J. Barea for about a 1-year, $2.6 million deal. Nets re-signed Tyler Johnson to an undisclosed deal, and the Raptors actually filled out 3 spots to about Henry Ellenson, Elise Johnson, and Yuta Watanabe. And the Knicks actually signed Michael Gilchrist to about a 1 year deal. So yeah, basically that's all the news we have about until like I'm actually recording this about Saturday, November 28th. So yeah, Anthony Davis has yet to sign anywhere or any of that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.